Welcome to the Normalized 2012 YouTube channel, where we are putting off the lie, LYE, and we are embracing who we really are. Today's video is going to be a bonus video that's a follow-up to the previous videos regarding tips to retaining natural hair and getting long natural hair. Now, these tips I've written down, so you'll see me looking down because I have my notes here as usual. I like to take notes. And let's just jump right into this video because I want you to get these bonuses, okay? Yes, we want to do all the, external things to have natural, long natural hair, but we also want to make sure that we're doing things to make sure our natural hair is healthy and that we're doing things to help stimulate growth. So apart from having genetics and whatever medical conditions that you may have that prevents you from having long hair, I want you to be able to have these bonus tips so that you can be able to implement a few other things to try to help, retain length, get healthy hair, as well as, stimulating your growth. So the first one is going to be drinking water. You hear a lot about make sure you drink, at least 8 glasses of water. I like to drink my water in a Zeti cup to keep it cold all day, and I refill it multiple times throughout the day versus getting, a water bottle and buying a water bottle every day. Also, with water, you want to make sure you're drinking filtered water versus tap water, unless you know you have good tap water. But you want to make sure you're drinking filtered water, and you can get one of those, what do you call it? Like those Brita things you can put your water in and filter it out. You also want to make sure that you're feeding your hair, and by feeding your hair, I mean the products that you're using. Make sure they have good ingredients in them. Not all products you use are going to have, good ingredients. And like I said, in the beginning, I talked about this in one of my previous videos. In the beginning, I was like all about, only using natural hair products that had all natural ingredients in there. I even used, if you know about Natural 85, she had a product that she created with shea butter and a whole bunch of oils, and she blended them together. I live by that. I just haven't been able to make it. If I, had all the ingredients, then I would be using that till today, minus that castor oil, because we don't want to be staining stuff around here. But making sure you feed your hair, making sure that the first 5 ingredients of your natural hair products, or at least most of your natural hair products, especially the ones that you're going to keep in your hair for a long time, like the, the creams and the leave-in conditioners, making sure that they have, water in the first ingredients and whatever they claim that they have. So if they say it's an avocado something, making sure that avocado oil is in that, first 5 ingredients. And so, for example, with this, my favorite deep conditioner which is the Manuka honey and Mafura oil intensive hydration hair mask. So the first five ingredients for this, and it says it has with African rock fig and baobab oil, which I don't really know what none of that is, but also supposed to have Mafura oil, Manuka honey, and African rock pig. This is basically right, what they promise that you should have. So in the first 5 ingredients for this, it has water, which is great. And then it has coconut oil, it has shea butter, and glycerin, as well as stearoid alcohol. I think I skipped the ingredient. I just didn't know how to pronounce that name. But it's the first 5 ingredients, the majority of them are good things that you want to put in your hair. You want to make sure that, products, like I said, the products you put in your hair, it must have water in it, because you want to make sure that your hair gets hydrated. And like I said, for me, when I do that loco method liquid, water is always going to be my first go-to. And having a product that has water, at least in the first 5 ingredients, preferably the first 2 ingredients, that's great, because this lets you know that water makes up the majority of this product. The first 5 ingredients will let you know what the product has majority of. So this product, the number 1 ingredient has majority of is water. And so I also talked about this in my other product video that I used this Aussie Moist 3-minute miracle conditioner, and this is on my lazy days when I don't want to deep condition my hair for extended period of time. Now these products, it doesn't have a whole lot of like the the goodies in the first 5 products, and so also with the Aussie Moist, they have different brands like avocado oil, and just have avocado oil in the first couple ingredients from the last time I checked. This one just claims that it's, just moist 3 times the moisture. And it does have water as the first ingredient, the stearoid alcohol, cetyl alcohol, cycle up into something, and some other stuff in here. But like I said, I'm not leaving this on my hair for that long, so I don't really care too much about, you know, the products that are in the first 5 ingredients. It does, like, you know, the products later on after the first 5, like aloe leaf extract and jojoba seed oil and all those things, those are towards the bottom, which lets you know it's only a little bit of those ingredients in there. But like I said, I'm not keeping this on my hair for a long period of time. I'm just putting it on while I'm in the shower, you know, finishing up my shower, and then I rinse it right on out. So I don't really, you know, care too much about that. But if you're gonna have products that are stuck on your hair, like, you know, the creams and the leave-ins, you know, make sure that they do have, you know, what they're promising that they have in there, whether it's coconut oil, whatever, and then making sure it has water in those first few ingredients. Now, in regards to washing your hair, there's a few tips that I have for when you're washing your hair. Now, when it comes to shampoo, you want to make sure that you're using warm, you know, or as much as heat as you can take. Not steaming hot, you know, but warm water when you're shampooing your hair, because you want the shampoo to get the dirt and grime and everything off your roots. And so the best way to do that is with warm water. I've tried shampooing my hair with cold water, but it just takes too much product, and I've never, my hair, I was, you know when you wash your hair and you get out the shower and you miss that spot and you have to like scrape. So warm water is the easiest to shampoo your hair with when getting that, you know, dirt buildup and everything off your scalp. And then when you're conditioning your hair, you want to make sure you rinse the conditioner out with cold water or cool water if you can't take the cold water, so that you can, you know, lock in everything, you know, close down your cuticles from being raised from the shampooing. And also, it's really important after you deep condition your hair, because you've had some people use heat in their hair for when they deep condition. Like I said, in my previous video, I do deep condition for multiple hours at a time, but I put a plastic cap and I put another, put my scarf on and a t-shirt, and I try to create as much heat as possible. And so whenever I'm washing my hair out, I can feel my hair a little bit, being a little bit warm, and then I, you know, sealing everything that my deep conditioner did by rinsing it out with cold water, you know, shocking my hair to, you know, close down those cuticles. Because whenever, like I said, when you shampoo your hair, your cuticle, you know, it's kind of like raised like this, and then whenever you put the cold water on it, it, like, you know, it smooths it out so you can have, you know, less frizzy hair. So that's a big tip. If you don't do anything else after you deep condition your hair, please rinse it out with cold water. You'll see a, you know, better results when you apply your products after that, hopefully following it low-code method or lock method or whatever method that you choose. Whenever you're washing your hair, make sure that you use the palm of your fingers here. So if you have long nails, try to, you know, use the palm of your fingers, and, you know, massage your hair whenever you're shampooing it, so that you can get the dirt and everything off your scalp. Back in the day, I did used to do this because they were talking about scalp massages back in the day, about, you know, if you want to grow your hair, you know, do scalp massages, and people was talking about doing it every day, you know, like putting oil on the palms of your hand and, you know, doing that. And I wasn't doing it daily, but I did back in the day, you know, do scalp massages, whether or not it helped stimulate my growth or not. But it doesn't hurt to, you know, massage your scalp, as long as you're not doing it hard. You know, do it soft, gentle with the palms or your fingers. Another tip is that you want to make sure that you have a good diet. Now, yes, you're doing, you know, everything on the outside to make sure your hair, you know, is healthy and good, but you also want to make sure the inside is good as well. And one of the ways to know if your inside is good is that you see your doctor. Preferably see a PCP, primary care provider, physician, or a family medicine doctor, because these doctors are going to, you know, run lab tests to see, you know, if there are any if you have any abnormalities, you know, in your labs that could be preventing your hair from getting to the potential that it could be. Some people already know that they have have predisposed medical conditions, or they know they have current medical conditions that prevent them or prevent their hair from growing or retaining the length because it's breaking off. But in general, you should be seeing, you know, a doctor once a year, getting your lab work done. And yes, you have, you know, OBGYN doctors, and not a lot of them take your labs whenever you're getting your, you know, your annual pap smear. At least mine did, and they just worry about, you know, the female parts, and don't necessarily worry about, you know, what your, you know, levels are. And so my doctor, The last time I actually went to a primary care doctor for the first time last year, actually. Basically, mainly because my insurance, because I wanted to avoid paying the extra money. And they're trying to get people to go see PCPs so that, for whatever reason. But anyway, so I went, and so I got my lab work done. I'm just gonna, can't really see that. But anyways, I have my message from my doctor, what my doctor said about my lab results. And like I said, whenever you go to the doctor, they'll draw your labs and they'll let you know what's, if you need to change anything, or if they want to recommend you to a different doctor if they see something is wrong. And so for me, so my doctor said, great news, your labs look great. And she talked about my cholesterol was at the goal, except for my HDL, which is the good cholesterol, and she wanted that to be a little higher. And she recommended that I could use omega-3s in my diet, or start exercising to improve it. And then she said my blood sugar, kidney function, and electrolytes were normal. And this is my confidential information, but I don't mind sharing it. But anyways, and then she said you didn't have anemia, but make sure you have iron-rich foods in your diet so your hemoglobin won't drop lower. And then she talked about my liver tests and everything, and hope I had a great weekend. But anyways, and so for me, once I got those results, I decided to go to the store and buy a few things so that I could, start getting my diet together and making sure that I improve those lab values. And me doing that also in turns will help with your hair growth and retaining and maintaining the length of your hair, because you don't want your hair breaking off all because of your diet. And so I did go buy some chia seeds to put in smoothies, some spinach, and with the chia seeds, those are high in omega-3s, and then some spinach. I'm not big on taking supplements, but if your doctor recommends taking supplements, then definitely go ahead and do that. I don't recommend just going ahead and just going to the store and taking supplements just because you want to, only because you don't want to overgive your body something that it's already sufficient in. And obviously I'm not a doctor, so you do what you want, but like for example, my doctor, she didn't recommend that I take any vitamins at all. She just said, improve this with omega-3s in your diet. And like I said, I bought some chia seeds to put in smoothies, and she told me to exercise, and I haven't been doing it lately because my hair is straight and I'm trying to preserve it. But before my hair was straight, me and my husband, we walk every day, long walks, like 5 miles or more. And then some iron-rich foods. So like I said, I added some spinach, and there was a few other things that I added to my diet. So definitely making sure you have, a healthy diet, and, staying away from like caffeinated or carbonated, or limiting the amount of caffeinated and carbonated drinks that you're taking in your diet, because you don't want to dry out your hair. The water is going to be the best thing to keep your hair, hydrated from the inside, your body being hydrated on the inside and flowing, through your hair. And then you putting the water on your hair from the tips before. Remember I told you had that spray bottle with the water in it, for the liquid, so making sure everything is all come together from the inside and from the outside. I do want to go back to the filtered water, because a lot of people don't know that they have hard water. And whenever we moved into our house, we did have someone come, or we didn't have them come. They was a solicitor, and we let them test our water, and they told us we had hard water. And they talked about how, have I ever noticed that when I wash my hair feels very like, they didn't use the word brittle, but very like what's the word they use, like a rough feeling or something like that. And then they gave me a sample of what the water could feel like, if it was filtered. And so we ended up buying a filtration system or a softener or whatever it was, but it was $5,000. And so whole water supply in our house is completely filtered. At our kitchen sink, we have a separate faucet where we can get water directly from a filtration system, which according to them it's the best filtered water. It's better than Ozorka or Zorka and Dasani and everything else. It's better than the filtered bottled water. Everything is filtered. When I wash my hair, it's it's filtered water. And I have noticed a difference that when I was washing my hair with hard water versus the soft water, and so my hair feels softer and everything. So back in the day, whenever I did when we lived in an apartment, we did have a filter in our shower where we disconnected the shower piece and put the filter there, and then attached the shower back. And then also we did buy a whole lot of jug water, which is one of the reasons why they sold us on this filtration system, because they were like, how much bottle of water or how much jug water do you spend in a month? And it was like, well, if you had this filtration system, you blah. Anyways, you can try to see what it, if you were to get like I said, one of those Britas or one of those at Home Depot or Lowe's. They do have like the shower filtrations that you can use. They're not too expensive, so you can start with that and see if you feel like, as far as the feeling of your hair, but that's only if you know that you have hard water. This right here, it makes your hair feel real soft. But even when I washed it out, when we had the hard water, it just didn't make my hair feel soft anymore, versus when I washed this out, my hair still feels soft and looks. So that's all I have for you in regards to the bonus tips. If you have any other tips that you can think of that you could do, let me know in the comments below. Other tips that to help stimulate growth, get healthy hair. Because yes, we want to have long hair, but we want to have long healthy hair as well, because when your hair is healthy, it's not going to break off, and XYZ. So if you have any other questions about what I mentioned in this video, then go ahead and leave a comment below. Let me know and I will respond in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram at No More Lies 2012. And I will see you in my next video.